Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of Marriage Mechanic. Before I start, I want to ask everyone that will come in contact with this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to ask you to also turn on your notification bell that whenever I upload another video, you'll be the first one to see the video. My desire is to take this program to the next level, and with your help, I know we're able to do that. So please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell. And if you have a question or a comment, or you desire for me to talk about a topic, please make sure to put it in the comment section, and I will be happy to do so. Thank you. Today, I will be talking briefly on this topic. Can a person be married and lonely? Yes. Can a person be married and lonely? And you might say, how can a person be married and lonely? Because that person was joined together, they're in love, they became one, and they're husband and wife. So what happened down the line? But I'm here to tell you that yes, a person could be married, joined together in holy matrimony, and still be lonely. And so today, according to survey, some 40% of people know the pain of being lonely in relationships because they have been there at some point. So survey shows that yes, up to 40% of people can be in a relationship and still be lonely. But if you're in a relationship and lonely, what do you do? What do you do when you are married and lonely? First of all, I think you should talk to your partner. Yes, if it's the wife, talk to your husband. If it's the husband, talk to your wife about what you're feeling and what you're going through. So talk to your partner or spouse. It is important to let them know how you feel. All right? You and your partner may be able to work together for the good of the relationship. So again, here we talks about communication. So if you are going through your marriage, your relationship, and you are lonely, one of the first thing that you should do is talk about it and to see how you could make a difference by communicating. For example, maybe it's time to plan. When you talk to your spouse, probably you could talk about planning an outing, planning probably a getaway, a weekend getaway. Yeah, probably planned a day at the beach, or probably even plan as simple as a walk in the park together. Yes, a walk in the park together, that could make a difference, because sometimes you might not have the funds to go on vacation, to take a lavish vacation, or even to go and spend time at the hotel. Yeah, but if not, there are simple things that you could do, as simple as take a walk in the park where you could get away, or have a date night. Yes, couple do take date nights, or couple should take a date night. Yeah, sometimes we believe that when we are married it's over. No, we need to learn to date our partners again. All right. Common cause for loneliness in a relationship, because there is a cost factor why that particular partner is lonely in the relationship. So you have to find the root cause of that problem and work towards mending that relationship or making that relationship better, and to get rid of the loneliness in the relationship. All right? It is normal to feel lonely in a relationship. It's normal that you feel lonely in a relationship. Feeling of loneliness can happen to someone and at any point in their lives. So any point in your life, you could feel lonely in your relationship. But what do you do? Because when you're lonely in a relationship and lonely, it is frustrating to know that, hey, you have a partner, you have a wife, you have a husband, but here it is that you're still being lonely. All right? Feeling of loneliness can happens to anyone and at any point in their lives. If you are feeling lonely in a marriage or relationship, it may be time to consider the reason why and recognize the sign of the loneliness in the relationship. All right, so if you're lonely, it's time to recognize what makes you lonely in that relationship. What are the signs of loneliness in the relationship? Somebody may ask. All right, so some of the sign of loneliness is a sense of feeling disconnected. When you ever feel disconnected from your spouse or your mate, your wife or your husband? Have you ever feel disconnected? Disconnection, isolation, when you feel isolated or disengaged from one another. All of this leads to loneliness. All right? You can even feel lonely when you're in the same room with them. Isn't that strange? You and your partner in the same room. You might be in the living room. You might be watching television. But you and the person in the same room, the same house. But yet, you still feel lonely. Feeling lonely during an evening of watching television with your spouse. Ongoing feeling of disconnection and disengagement from your partners may be the sign that you're in a lonely relationship. And when you're feeling lonely in a relationship, if it's not taken care of, if it's not fixed, then your relationship could get into deep waters. It could get into problems. What causes a lonely relationship? What do you think causes it? Because it's got to be something that leads up to loneliness. I don't think it's just loneliness just come overnight. It has to be a process that leads to a degree of loneliness. So let's look at what some of the steps that could cause loneliness in a relationship. And number one, it's intimacy frizzles. That means the loss of intimacy, the fire, the va-va-voom in the marriage is gone. No touching, no caressing, no holding hands, no sitting in the lap, not playing, no touching. The fire is gone. Sometimes no sex for a long period of time. That could lead to loneliness. All right, so guys, we see that when we're in a relationship, we have to constantly and continue to work on the relationship. All right, so no intimacy, no connection. If you have no intimacy, you have no connection, you have no affection, that leads to loneliness. All right, you feel a sense of isolation and separation, which may lead to loneliness, because when your spouse isn't there, I don't know about you, but I like to be touched and hugged and kissed and all of that. And if I'm not getting that, yeah, I could be very lonely. All right. In not compatible. Loneliness, when you're not compatible with someone, that could also lead to loneliness. And sometimes in relationship, you married to persons, or you get into these relationships, and after you get into it, you found out that you and the person, you're not compatible with each other. And when you find that you're not compatible, that could lead to a dead end in your relationship. Could also lead to resentment, could lead to intolerance, it could lead to impatience, and it could also lead to unhappiness, because if you're not compatible with someone, all of these things, and then all of these turn into loneliness, and you find yourself in a lonely relationship. So here we got to be sure, that we're compatible with the person. So when we get into these relationships, then we'll be able to have a better relationship. Distance and physical separation. Yeah, when we are distant and physical separation, that means your spouse might be travel overseas, travel long distance. You are away from each other for a period of time. That could also cause loneliness. A health problem. Your spouse might be going through a health problem, might end up in the hospital, admitted in the hospital. That could also cause loneliness in your relationship. Emotional issue, because you have a lot of persons, have emotional issues. You have some persons, they are drunkards, they drinks. You have person that smokes. You even have persons that are on drugs. And when these persons are caught up into these things, then it's a pulling away, and that other spouse is left in a lonely position. Okay? And physical, we also have physical abuse. When you're physical abuse, that could also lead to loneliness in your relationship. So what can you do if you are feeling lonely in a relationship? What can you do, or what should you do for that matters? Number one, you could talk to your partner, as I said before. Number two, spend some time among friends or family. Get away and spend time, because if you are feeling lonely and feeling neglected from your spouse, and you are by yourselves, then it even makes the situation even worse. So talk to your spouse, or go and spend time with friends or with close relatives. Spend some time among friends and talk. Talk to a couple, or talk to a counselor. Find a couple counselor, and talk to them about how you're feeling. And I think that will also help. Or you could also get involved in different activities. Sometimes when you're feeling lonely, probably if you might want to take a walk, you might want to do some activity. Go running, go walking, go cycling, go to the gym, or even take up more interest in yourself. All right, started to treat yourself, get more rest. All right, or even take a day to the spa. You understand, ladies might want to go and get a massage, or go get a mani or a pedicure, and I think that will also help. All right, and sometimes it's good to go and do volunteer services. Go to some homes, some girls' home or some boys' home, and do some activity, instead of you just sitting and pining away and thinking about this loneliness, this lonely time that you're going through. But I believe that the main important thing, when you're lonely, you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, and you are lonely, the most important thing is to get to your spouse. Talk to your spouse. Let him know, or let her know as to how you're feeling in this relationship. And the next thing, if you all can't work it out together, get some counseling. Find couples counselor and get some counseling, that you'll be able to make your marriage a better one. Loneliness is not a leeway or a doorway for separation. It can be fixed. So get some help and fix your marriage. All right? So once again, guys, there it is. In a relationship and being lonely. Yes, it is possible, but there are solutions to that problem. Once again, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Help me to spread the word. Share it with your friends. And once again, if you have a question or you have a comment or you want me to talk about a topic, please jot it down in the comment section and I'll be happy to talk about it. God bless you. Peace out.